everyone, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So today I wanted to talk about something that is very important for throwing the disc. I don't ever hear anybody talk about this topic, yet it's probably one of the most important parts of throwing the disc. I mean, not even throwing it far, but throwing the disc. And that's the spin of the disc. The rotation of the disc when you throw it helps the disc fly. The more spin you can put on the disc, the farther it's going to go. So when you're throwing your disc, it's spinning, and as the spin slows down, that's when your disc comes down. It's done flying. So how do you generate more spin on your disc? Well, I recommend watching my videos on arm tension, snapping a towel. The arm tension is huge on spinning the disc. And the other thing that's huge is your grip. The grip you take on the disc makes the spin of the disc. So when you grip your disc, it needs to be firm. You need to hold on to the disc to get it to snap as hard as you can, and that will generate more spin. The harder you hold your grip, when that disc comes around to snap out of your hand, because you have a hard grip, that's what's going to torque on the disc to make it spin. If you hold really loose, the reason you can't get a bunch of spin is because your grip is too loose. You're not pulling on it as hard. Like if I hold a loose grip, I'm not going to torque this disc as hard as if I have a firm grip. The firm grip's going to torque the disc when it snaps out. But you have to increase your spin to get distance, because it's when the spin slows down, your disc comes down. So I recommend when you take your grip, I white knuckle it. I hold on to my disc. I put a grip on here that's not going to let go. I don't want this disc popping out early. I want it to hit when it hits, and I want it to come out with a ton of spin. To generate that, I'm holding on to it white knuckled. I'm holding on to that disc. So when I pull through and I hit this side, because of that grip, it's gonna torque the disc, and I'm gonna get a ton of spin, and that's what's gonna help it stay in the air longer. You ever notice you'll watch a tournament and the guy throws his disc and it hits the ground and it's all swirling around? Disc spin. He generated so much spin that when that disc hit the ground, it was still spinning. But the only way to generate that spin is with a tight grip. You need to hold on to the disc. So I recommend, when you're practicing and you take your grip, just grip it a little harder. For me, I do a white knuckle. Because like I said, I do not want the disc to come out early. I want it to hit, and I want it to hit hard. So you're going to want arm tension and a firm grip to generate the spin of the disc. It's just like putting. You ever putt into a headwind? When you putt, you have spin on the disc. So when you putt, you ever notice like the wind will get underneath it and it's spinning, and next thing you know, your disc is flying away from the headwind putt. But that's why it's flying away, is because of the spin on the disc when you putt. So that's why a lot of pros, when they putt into a headwind, will try to take some spin off the disc. You know, if your normal putt, let's say, has a pretty good rotation, you know, they try to take some of that off, so that way the disc, when they putt, will spin slower, so then the headwind can't affect the disc. The disc will hold its line better because they reduce the spin on the disc for the putt. So you're doing the same thing. You know, to reduce the spin on your putt, you let go of your grip early. You know, when I putt, I'm going to get my hands off, and that will help reduce the spin. But my normal putt, I hold on to the disc all the way and I fire it. That's why the guys putt so hard. They putt hard, but they're also putting spin on the disc to get it to the basket. To lessen the spin, you let your grip go earlier. Less spin. So you're doing the same thing with the disc. You want to hold on to it firm. That way, when you throw it, it's going to snap out harder and generate more spin. And your disc will go farther. So I recommend, you know, practice it. Next time you throw, you know, just grip it a little harder, you know. You know, sometimes I think people think like, oh, if I hold on to it harder, you know, I'm not going to be able to release the disc. But you got to remember, it's you that released the disc. You know, when you throw the disc, you're the one that lets go of it. You know, the disc doesn't rip out of your hand. I've made videos talking about that. When you throw your disc, you let go of it. So if you're holding on to it really tight and you're here and you go ripping, you know, you're the one that lets go of it. So you can hold it tight because you let go of it. You know, the disc doesn't rip out of your fingers. You don't have that much power. You can't throw hard enough to just let the disc pop out on its own. So anyways, I just recommend trying to tighten your grip to help generate more spin and see how that works for you. So anyways, this is Michael from out in Maui. Aloha.